People working in the construction industry in the past used many products that exposed them to asbestos. From insulation to welding rods to floor and ceiling tiles, anyone working in construction faced asbestos exposure on a regular basis. Since the mid-1970s, the government has stepped in and imposed regulations that provide some level of protection for workers today. Unfortunately, regulations get broken either intentionally or by accident. A recent news story even identified a school in New York that taught improper methods for handling asbestos and helped its students cheat on state certification exams. There are two main avenues for asbestos exposure for today's construction worker. The first is exposure to asbestos from new products being used in construction. Although many people believe that asbestos is banned within the United States, this is not correct. In fact, though it is becoming less common, asbestos is still used in roofing, flooring, and appliances. As recently as 2001, the United States used 26 million pounds of asbestos in new products. The second type of exposure comes from remediation of old construction, where asbestos was used in everything from paneling to insulation. When construction workers go into old buildings, they are potentially exposed to old asbestos. Asbestos is a fibrous mineral that flakes easily when it is manipulated. The fibers and asbestos dust become airborne, where anyone in the vicinity can inhale them. Once in the lungs, the body cannot expel the fibers. The fibers and dust cause irritation that eventually leads to scarring. Asbestos causes numerous diseases, some of which are almost always fatal. Asbestosis, lung cancer, and mesothelioma are the most common problems. Mesothelioma is a cancer of the pleura, the lining of the chest cavity and lungs. The majority of people diagnosed with mesothelioma die within 1 year of receiving the diagnosis. One of the problems with asbestos diseases is that in the early stages there are few, if any, symptoms. Most of the diseases take 20 or even 30 years to manifest after exposure to asbestos. After so many years, most people have put the asbestos exposure to the back of their minds. Even when they suffer from a cough or shortness of breath, they may not associate the problem with asbestos. Mesothelioma is not curable, though if caught early enough, it can be surgically removed. After it has spread, however, the treatment treats the symptoms as much as the underlying problem. At that point, chemotherapy and radiation primarily help with pain and slow down the progression of the cancer. Given the seriousness of the problem, anyone who has ever worked in the construction industry will be well advised to get a complete physical and maintain a close watch on the person's health to catch any disease in its beginning stages. Thank you for watching. This video was produced by Asbestos.Net, a leading resource on all aspects of asbestos and mesothelioma. Our priority is to inform victims about the devastating effects of asbestos exposure, mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, asbestosis, and other asbestos-related diseases, and to advise them with a wealth of information. Individuals whose lives have been touched by mesothelioma have numerous questions and concerns. Their caregivers and family members also need accurate, reliable information. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos cancer and need more information, we invite you to visit and explore the thousands of pages of oncologist-reviewed material on Asbestos.net, to call our convenient toll-free number shown below and speak with a mesothelioma specialist, or to use the simple contact form found at Asbestos.net to request a free copy of our informative books, custom inserts, and DVD. Asbestos.net. Information and help for patients and families.